Hello, welcome back to another video and to our future lounge. Although at the moment it feels a bit like a very dingy basement. The project for this video involves this lovely stone wall behind me, which there has been much conversation about. Probably much conversation in the comments, but certainly much conversation between Kylie and I, because we definitely want to leave some of the stones visible and exposed somewhere in this house, but we don't want to overdo it. And we are still a bit undecided about how it's all going to go down. So one of the things we're going to be finding out in this video is how is the process of cleaning up and pointing a stone wall? What do we think of it? Do we like it? And how much of it do we want to do?
So initially we were going to expose this whole wall and point it all the way from that side across to here. And it's a lot of work, we believe. So, and we've got cement up here and it's just a bit complicated. So we thought that if we just do the lounge side, kind of behind where you would have a sofa, and do it as a picture window, as I like to call it. So it will be plastered on each edge, it will be plastered up to a certain height and plastered down. Then you have this picture frame. That is the exposed part, and we will point that. It also means that if we really like it, we have the opportunity to do it on the other side of this wall in the kitchen, and we've been umming and ahhing about that for at least a year because of cooking, splashback, how do you protect it, how do you keep it from not being dusty, etc. So if we like it here, it's possible we'll do it on the other side, but we would whitewash over it to keep the dust to the minimum in the kitchen. Whereas this side, we would leave the stones as they are, cleaned up. If we don't like it in here and we think it's too dusty, we could also whitewash it in here.
Yes, so as you can see, lots of unanswered questions. Hopefully we'll be able to answer some of them for ourselves by the conclusion of this mini project. There's lots to do, so we're just going to get started. Okay.
So we want to come to a metre, right? A metre 3.
Approximately. I was going more for...
That's about a metre if you can get it so that it's...
There we go.
Yeah. You could almost put it up on the sawhorses and it would be...
Yeah, maybe up a bit.
Yeah, about there-ish. Yeah. That's big. Yeah, that'd be a nice bit of feature wall. Not too much pointing.
It's still going to take a while.
Down a tiny tad, up a tiny tad. It needs to come down quite a bit. You need to get out of the way a bit more. Go forward to the door. Yeah. Yeah, perfect, don't move.
The wall looked out of plumb, but it's not bad. That's good. I'll just put a screw in from the top.
Oh.
I think that is going to be good enough to give us a guide of what needs pointing and what needs plastering. So now we just have to do that. Okay, I've let the wall dry overnight after doing lots of cleaning yesterday, raking out all of the mortar and all the small stones. And I'm still undecided about how this is going to work and how it's going to look in the end. But we're going to press on in the name of content and experimentation. So the next step is to fill in all these cracks with some hot mix lime mortar. And because there are a few places where I had to go quite deep and take out quite a lot of material, I'm obviously going to have to put quite a lot of material back. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this in 2 passes, but we'll see how we go with the first one and make a decision after that. And hopefully by the end of this first go, I'll be able to get an idea of what direction this is going in, whether we're going to like it, whether we're going to need to do another coat, or whatever else might happen. So I've got some mortar all mixed up and ready to go. It's time to try my hand at proper pointing for the first time. So it is the next morning after I tried my hand at pointing yesterday, and I was quite enjoying it actually. It was quite relaxing, quite therapeutic. Or it would have been if Kylie wasn't angle grinding and sanding all afternoon next door. But I did really enjoy it actually, and I'm quite pleased with how it's coming out so far. But let me show you something quickly. This is how I've had things set up, with a light shining on it so I can see what's going on. And I stood back yesterday and I was like, this looks pretty good. And then I moved the light around, and if it comes from the side, as it will when there is a window, which there is not yet, you might be able to see, particularly in the bottom section, there's quite a lot of tool marks and it doesn't look great. So yesterday evening I had a bit of a go up in this top section with a stiff brush to try and brush out some of those tool marks, and it worked pretty well, but it was a bit too wet, so I started moving the material around a bit too much. So I let it dry overnight. I'm going to have another go this morning and see if I can get out some of these kind of rough tool marks and maybe even clean the stones up a little bit as well. Okay, the first layer is done. And I think it is the last layer because I don't think I have anything more in me. And I think it looks okay. And I say it looks okay because I'm still not 100% sure about this and how it looks and how it will look over time. Will it grow on me? Will I like it less? I don't know. I think it's as good as I can get it with my previously non-existent pointing skills. The way you're seeing it from a distance, I think it looks pretty good, and that is the way that it's intended to be viewed, not like really up close and scrutinized, because there are some marks and there are some bits where it's not perfect, but I think that is the rustic nature of this kind of exposed rough stone wall that we're going for. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Let's see what Kylie thinks. I will have to extract her from her dust cloud next door and bring her in and get a second opinion. You are very dusty, that is my thought. hang on a second.
Do you think I need a shower today?
No, you had one 2 days ago, didn't you? You look ridiculous.
I've been busy. This looks good.
You like it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to make me plaster over it.
Well, that may still happen. I mean, I'm trying not to look too closely at the detail because...
Yeah, it's more of a stand back and appreciate the general gist of it, rather than, you know, get too close and look at all the mistakes.
And it's hard because I know it's all going to go white and whiter.
Yeah.
And it's now all mismatched and we haven't finished.
Yeah, we haven't finished it.
It's a lot more textured than I thought. I thought it would come out a bit more, but it actually looks okay because our stones are so, not our stones, the stones are so ununiform and imperfect that it would be really difficult to do that, which is, I'm guessing, why you didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of built a climbing wall.
That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, you could just about hang on to that.
Yeah, some of them are just stuck on, so be careful.
Sorry. Yeah, it's really hard to know with this crazy frame in place.
Yeah, the frame is still there because the hemp plaster is still drying.
Yeah. As a feature wall, I think it's excellent. And I'm glad we didn't do the whole wall because I think that would have been too much.
My thumb is also very glad we did not do the whole wall.
It's like my finger from the sander has like got vibration.
So, your verdict is it's okay?
Yeah, we need to do something in here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Whiten it all in there, I think, except for just like the first...
The first four, yeah. Something like that.
Something with the hands.
That's the plan.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, well there we go. I will take that as the verdict. It is pretty good. I'm very glad that we've only done this small area because I think it would be too much, not just in terms of the effort, but it would be a bit overwhelming to have so much stone on show. One of the reasons that we've done this now was to see if we liked this and if we should do it on the other side of the wall in the kitchen. And having gone through this experience, I actually quite enjoyed the process. I enjoyed kind of being calm and peaceful for what was 3 days of pointing, 1 day of like raking out. We did the frame and the hemp plaster in a couple of mornings, I think. Anyway, it was quite peaceful, but I don't think it's the right kind of finish for a wall which has got a cooker in front of it, because I think it would be a nightmare to keep clean. And again, I think it's going to be too much in that room, where there is already lots of other things going on. Exposed wood, which is starting to look really nice. There is a bit of exposed stone in there as well. Anyway, we've still got a bit of time before we work all that out. But this was a good experience. And if we do more of this, I think it will work well in these kind of small focused feature areas rather than entire walls or entire rooms. Anyway, those are my thoughts. And I'm now glad that this is done and I can move on to something else tomorrow. Anyway, we'll leave this here for now. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.